Hi, everybody. Take a look at when you take a look at the Monmouth game, I was really pretty proud of what happened across the board. We talked last week about last year at their place. Monmouth really did a great job against us. They gained almost 500 yards against our defense. The running back, who's the same kid as a week ago, gained 200 yards against us. Our offense, which has always done a pretty good job of being able to move the ball, gained like 100 yards on offense, like 2.7 yards a carry. So they certainly came in here with an attitude that they'd be able to beat us, and that's certainly the way they started off. So from an offensive perspective, we were moving the ball, but you can't win games if you're going to turn the ball over. We turned the ball over. From a defensive perspective, they were kind of hurting us a little bit, and I think we did a great job. I think we did a great job at halftime with defensively. Mickey Matthews and the defensive staff spent some serious time looking at a couple of things that we needed to adjust to. We came out in the second half. We held them to 60-something yards. We held them on the day to like 270 yards total offense. We were down 17-3. We had a run of 35 unanswered points. While we had the 3 turnovers in the first half. In the second half, we had 4 turnovers that we got. 3 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. And the defense, for the second week in a row, really did a remarkable job. I was proud also of the offense because when Tyler went down, Austin Bradley had to come in as well as Ryan Lee. And the offensive staff, Dave Patnord and the guys, notice what Austin runs and what Ryan runs is not necessarily the same as what Tyler runs. So we do a pretty good job of making sure that our guys are executing and practicing the stuff that they can do. And they did that. Ryan certainly had an outstanding day. Kenny Daniels had another outstanding day as a running back for us. And certainly the line had to do a good job being able to step up without Chase. So I was pleased with what the offense did. I thought the defense did a great job. And special teams, we weren't as effective as we have been all season and last year, but we were able to hold our own. But I wouldn't say that was as good a game as the special teams can play. Well, I mean, we kind of focus on the turnover thing all the time. There's nobody in our program that doesn't know that that's a bad thing and we can't let that happen. We had a conversation about that Sunday. I did with the staff, but I didn't need to, but I did. I had a conversation with the team about this also on Sunday. I think with the team, I want to really emphasize that. But that's something we're always going to focus on. So the fact that we didn't do a good job just makes us a little bit more aware of that. Anything else on last week? Okay, this week. When you take a look at Bryant, the head coach, Marty Fine's been around a while. The defensive coordinator's been around for a while. I have a lot of respect for the program that they have and what they've been able to do. Last year, they also played us tough. And they came down here, and it was 17-17 at halftime. The game was really very, very even. And then we got a touchdown in the third and fourth quarter to win the game by a couple of scores. But the game was closer than that. They coming here this week, they've got a defense that's ranked about 30-something, 35th or so in the country. They've got a handful of very senior guys up front that are very experienced, big and tough. They've got a converted linebacker, number 5, that plays nose guard for them. He's was a linebacker, so he can run pretty well. He's like 6 foot, 309 pounds. They've got other guys that are stout. The secondary comes back with a lot of experience, and they've been very effective this year from a defensive perspective. From an offensive perspective, the real threat happens to be the quarterback. The quarterback's averaging about 250 yards a game, and that's without a great running attack. So that really says something, I think, about what he's doing. And last year, the kid threw for almost 300 yards against us. So I have no doubt that understanding what our situation is, they're going to come down here, and they certainly know they can pull off an upset. They certainly know that that's a possibility. It's our job to make sure that that doesn't happen. This is my 24th year of coaching. In 24 years of coaching, never have I ever been with a team whose offense at quarterback and running back has been as decimated as what ours have been. At the beginning of the season, Tyler was our 5th-string quarterback. Kenny was our 3rd-string running back. And then we've got guys that kind of get beaten up around them. Then Tyler goes down, and the other 2 guys come in. Ryan is a wide receiver, a true freshman that we moved over. Jordan McCray, a true freshman linebacker. We moved him over to quarterback. Tyler Chadwick from the baseball team, he's come in at quarterback. So depending on what happens, I mean, we're going to be ready to go. We know that that's our job, but I've never been faced with that. What I'm pleased with is the way we adjust to that. So that's not an excuse. We got a guy down. The next guy's got to be able to step up. That's an opportunity for him. That's an opportunity for that side of the ball, the entire offense to come together. And it's an opportunity, frankly, for the coaches to demonstrate they really can coach. And you don't just do a good job when you've got All-Americans. You do a good job when you've got solid kids that want to play and want to go after it. Then you adapt and adjust our system to them. That's what we do. We're going to relook at everything, I think, at the end of the season and next year as far as the spring goes. But I think we'll have a better feel for what's going on there. You've got guys like Chance. You've got guys like Josh, that have been out. They're going to both come back. How physically strong are they going to be? How capable are they going to be? Are they going to be ready for spring practice? There's always the possibility we bring in an older guy. All those things are possible. So we don't really know right now what that situation is going to be. Ryan looked pretty good at quarterback. Are we supposed to keep him at quarterback, or is he supposed to go back to a wide receiver spot? I think when you got as many guys that have gone down the way our guys have, I think you just got to reassess where you are later on. It looks like I would say right now it's still going to be Kenny, and it's probably going to be Austin as a starter. But, it could be Ryan. We don't know that yet. It could be Ryan or Austin. And it's going to be Kenny at running back. Now, there's a possibility Hop's going to be ready to go. If Hop's ready to go, then he'll go, of course. That's his job. And he'll go. If he's not ready to go, then we won't risk that, and we'll be ready to go with the guys that we've got. I can't tell you how proud I am in terms of what our football team did yesterday. And other than the service academies, I want to put this in perspective. College football has been around 120 years. Never in the history of college football, Division III, Division II, Division I, FCS, FBS, NAIA, has a football program ever had its team vote the way ours did on election day. Our guys did that. And that's not like a little thing. That is a big, big, big deal. And when you think of the purpose of education in universities across the nation, this got to be right up there with one of the things that I think is most special. When I think about our athletic program this year, I think you got to say in terms of what the baseball team did last year at the end of the year, and I think, frankly, our team voting, when that has never happened in the history of college football, I'm really incredibly proud of that. It emphasizes that our guys have their priorities in the right place, as we do as an athletic program and a football program.
I remember last year they were well coached, tough up front, them being from Northeast, that type of football up there is meant to be played physical, and they bring that atmosphere down here early in the first half.
What about anything that you're noticing on tape that you see that they maybe do different in coverage?
No, they actually play kind of a similar defense coverage-wise. They like to be a one-high safety team, play cover 3. That's where they're comfortable at, and that's where they like to get to. In different formations. Up front, may be a little different. I see they move Marquise, number 5, who was a linebacker last year, move him to D-tackle, get him probably different mismatches since he's pretty versatile.
I asked Coach about the injuries. Have you ever had to work with so many different quarterbacks in practice or in a game?
Nah, this is I've never seen nothing like it before. Luckily, all of us were out in the summer together. Me and Austin did a bunch of throwing sessions together, as well as Tyler and Josh and even Chance and Avery. So I guess this was kind of preparing us for, all the receivers and quarterbacks got out there together, and it's crazy how it's happening. It may limit certain throws that one quarterback may be better than the other one at. But as far as receivers, we just got to go out there and play every day. Now, the strategy may be a little bit different now, We have to do a little bit more blocking as far as because our run game is definitely working. So, we just got to self-sacrifice for the team and, get down and deep, get those safeties more, dig them out. When the ball's in the air, just got to make plays.
How proud are you of your teammates when you see that? Because you guys are still churning out wins.
Yeah, very happy, especially when you got young guys like Ryan. Ryan, I remember I was his host when he came in. He told me to play quarterback, play wide receiver here. For him to come in at quarterback, just be comfortable. Then Austin coming in, you could tell he was a little nervous at first. But the guys around him, just got comfortable. Just tell him, you're back at OW, back in high school, just get comfortable. And you could just see how he's progressing every day at practice. First and foremost, Kyon going to have a bright future here. I think Kyon, if the offense goes back to the way it is last year, going to break every receiving record here. But Kyon can do it all, whether it's a reverse, pass play. If you need him to throw the ball down the field, he's just doing what he's asked to do, and he's a special player.